Good afternoon, futures traders. Quick update on Praedox version 2.0 testing and how we did this today. So you can see we did run a test back to the beginning of November. And you can see here we had no intervention. We had 100% auto mode, two contracts with a 2,000 max loss. So you're running these on bigger accounts, 150,000 and up. Ran it from 9:30 to 11, and that was it. Max profit was whatever it can make. We do know that price action has been horrible these past several weeks. So when you look at these results, the first column is the one and done, where you made profit and you stop for the day. The second column is just letting it run 100% auto through 11 o'clock. That was it. That was no other rules. So you could see the week of November 3rd. That week on the one and done total was 540. We did have a max loss here, almost max loss. We had a 2,000. We actually hit 1,020. Then 11 o'clock hit, and that was it. So that was the loss for that day. And you can see we had a total win on the one and done power of quitting scenario. And if we let it run without touching it, we were down on that week. Okay. Second week, you can see the one and done here. We were up 25.58. However, if we let it run through 11 o'clock, we were up almost double that at 5,085. Going to the third week, we had a one and done week. We didn't trade Friday because it was options expiration. So a lot of wiki activity. So normally we don't trade there. You can see that we had a winning week if we did the power of quitting one and done. And it was a losing week if you just let it run by itself. And then, of course, today, the power of quitting won and letting it run till 11, we were at around 580. Now, the grand totals does not include today, so you can see that they were pretty even, right? The one and done power of quitting was 39.43. And if you just ran it on auto, it was 35.95. So testing is going quite well. And today was another good day. And let me just share with you what this looked like. So we had some pre-market winners here. You can see these are some of our traders that were just done right before the market was even open. We had another trader here, profit. This was me with my accounts, my funded accounts here. We had our pre-market forecast say it was up, and I'll show you how we trade that one. We had another winner here on these other accounts here with a trend cycle wave. Okay. And then we had a couple other trades. So at this moment, around 11:15, we were 7 signals, 6 targets hit. We had 1 no trade and 3 slingshots with three trend cycle waves. So going quite well. So with that, let me just replay you the 9 to 11 hour so you get an idea. So what we're going to see here is the pre-market forecast and how we play that. That is a manual trade. So you can see we're at 9:28 a.m. today. And at 9:29, when that bar prints, you'll see the forecast on the prediction on whether the market is going to be up or down or neutral. So it's just a forecast, but it gives you a forecast based on pre-market activity, overnight activity through the 9:27 and 8 bar. So you'll see when this hits 9:29, the forecast will print. And when it does, I'll show you what you do. Like I said, it's not part of the automated strategy. It's a manual trade that you can choose to take if you so desire. And it is part of version 2.0. So in about 10 seconds, you'll see something print on the 929 bar. Okay, so it's forecasting the market going up at the open. So what we do is we place our order 1 or 2 ticks above this signal, and we wait. Now, you could place it above here if you want, but the play is you place it above the signal bar. So I'll give you an idea of what this looks like at the open. So we were trading 10 accounts using our standard Praedox ATM. Now, the price moved very quickly on this. So in 30 seconds, you'll see how that looks. Now, normally I like to tell the traders, turn your automated strategy off if you're going to play this manual trade. But again, forecast up 10 seconds, and we'll see what happens. This was our winning trade for the day. You can see our forecast was bias, was long.
Stop filled.
Okay. And the playback didn't do what it happened today, but anyway, we will continue letting it run. But that's how you play the trade, is you place your order above or below the signal bar. So now let's just let it run so you get an idea. So 9 to 11,
Order
we'll let it run.
filled. Stop filled.
So we had our slingshot. And again, we're one and done already here. But we'll let this run till 11 so you get an idea on what today looked like. We're going to be going live with this next week. We have some testing going on this week. Of course, Thanksgiving holidays here in the States. So we'll let it release it next week. And then we got into a lot of choppy action here. A lot of choppy action here. So 10 o'clock hour now.
Order filled.
We had another slingshot for the win. There. Now we're at 10:15. We're bouncing off of this earlier resistance. Then I believe we had a trend cycle wave coming up. And then that was it for the day.
Order filled. Target. Stop filled.
Yep, and that was it. 8:30 for the day. We'll let this run till 11 so you can see what the full day looked like. Okay, so that was it. It was 11 o'clock. We stopped. That was our profit for the day. So you can see 9 and 3 was a 75% win rate. That was the first trade we had here. So that was the day with 2.0. It continues to show some good progress here. Entries are looking good. So you can see today we had pre-market starting around 9 o'clock. We had a trend cycle wave signal. We had a slingshot signal. We had an EMA breakout that never got hit, canceled after 3 bars. We had the opening trade to the upside. We had the slingshot to the upside. We had another slingshot to the upside. We had this trend cycle wave here, and then we were done. Okay, so that's version 2.0 in a nutshell. And again, if you're not familiar with what's included in 2.0, you have Praedox Trader's Assistant, which is this automated strategy here that will allow you to trade it manually or automated. You choose which orders you want it to look for, which setups you want it to look for. And if you want to trade it manually, you can use your own trade panel. You turn it off, use your own trade panel, place the order, it will give you the signals. If you want to run it in an automated fashion, you can. Again, up to you whether or not you want to keep the order, the limit order that's in place. You can always cancel it by hitting the flatten all button. So that is the major component of 2.0. Of course, you get the heat map that comes with it. You get the open forecast system here that'll give you the forecast of what it thinks the market will do based on pre-market activity. You'll see the Praedox trade day, indicator up here that will continuously monitor price action and let you know, are you in a trending? Are you in an inside? Are you in a ranging market? What your trade conditions look like, what volatility looks like, and how it looks to trade, whether it's a strong trend, are you okay to trade? Should you exercise caution? So it'll give you some feedback there. And then, of course, finally, we have our Praedox forecast matrix that allows you to look at what the other timeframes are doing and gives you a forecast long and short. So 74% long, 26% short, what the bias is as well. So right now, you can see we're favoring the longs on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15, 30, and the 1 hour. You can configure these to be whatever you'd like. You can have the 1, 15, 30, 1 hour, 4 hour daily. It's up to you, totally up to you. It'll give you an idea on what those look like. And again, this is based on a forecast looking back 600 bars, and it forecasts the next 7 bars. And again, totally configurable by the trader. Anyway, with that said, if you're interested in Praedox, Trader's Assistant, and version 2.0, visit Praedox.com. We're running a Black Friday special. You can use discount code BFDOX200. And again, I'll put the link in the description. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe for our content. And once we go live, we'll be doing some live streaming of Praedox 2.0, and we'll be starting up our live trade room for all of our members. So we'll be having a trade room daily for our members, probably at least 2 or 3 days a week, not every day, but we will be including that free of charge as part of your lifetime subscription. You can also lease it for 6 months or 3 months, but I recommend you just get the lifetime with the discount we're offering. So with that said, if you have any questions, as always, please feel free to leave a comment, shoot me a message on Discord, send me an email. Again, have a great day, and we'll be back at it tomorrow.